Now all that's left is for us to be able to complete these missions without getting hit hard, clawed in the face, or bit, and we can do that with what I call snake charming. We can look at the body as if it has 5 snakes, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. When they're standing on their feet, all 5 of their snakes can get us. When they're under our side control, 3 can get us, the 2 arms and the head. When they're under our mount, only 2, their arms. And none of their snakes can reach us when we have belly down mount. That's why this course is all about those 2 missions. Get their chest up and then get it down. When we come flying in, the shield can protect our jaw, but the actual charge will make it so they can't connect very well anywhere else. Remember that charging in like a hockey check, pushing them, or sitting down with shields up are great alternatives. When we're coming in for that clinch, make contact with the body before you get the underhooks, and you can always take it down to the side control for more fun. When we're tightly clinched to that body, we can't just leave our head hanging out anywhere. It's best to glue our ear to them like we're listening for our heartbeat, whether we're in the back, side, or front. If we're stuck to them like an octopus, they won't be able to kick us, and of course we need to send them on a nice trip before they can get away. Once they're under our cross-side pin, slams are gone and knees and kicks are pretty much useless, but we still have their head and 2 arms to deal with. Just like the skill building activities in the last video, you can start slow and offer one problem at a time for them to solve. As they get better, you step up the intensity and add your shoves and escapes. Even when you're playing, people don't like getting touched in the face, and you'll be surprised how fast they start smothering your arms and making it difficult to move. It's important to know the difference between being touched and hit. Even if somebody makes contact by touching you, it doesn't mean that they would have been able to hit you very hard. So we need to get desensitized about being touched and be able to continue. We are not out of the fight unless we're sleeping. Again, when they are under our side control, they only have 3 snakes to use, their 2 arms and their head. We can use our entire body to be able to snake charm or tame those snakes. The better we become at this skill, the easier it is for us to strike if we had to from here as well. I recommend turning the audio down on these clips and observing them with no distractions. Here's an example when you're the one on the bottom. It's difficult for people to try to smack you up and control you from under there, so most of the time they'll lose their balance and any kind of stability trying. We can take advantage of those opportunities. Here's a sneaky little bonus in case you're really good at becoming a sticky octopus. As you know, if you hold people tight, they try to peel away or get up. So if you stay connected and throw a few headbutts, they'll usually sit all the way up until they tip over. Being under the mount, we've already seen how valuable lifting the hips as high as we can off the ground is, and it's the #1 secret to not getting hit when somebody's sitting on you. 2 things have to happen. They need to be sitting on your hips, and you have to keep your hips in the air the entire time until you're out. And remember, you can use your knee to help. When their arms are busy saving their face from hitting the ground, obviously they're not hitting you. As your partner tries to touch your face, you'll quickly get used to where to put your arm. The biggest mistake people make when practicing this is they put their hips back down on the ground. When your hips are up, they can only pick one arm off the ground. This makes it easier for us to be one step ahead of them. They'll try to push through, circle around, or back their arm up to punch again. You'll see they'll try to pick their second arm up often, and that helps us because they'll lose their balance even easier. It's instinctual for us to push or to turn over. This is what we must do instead. We can shoot our hips into the air the second they mount us or the second they punch, keeping the hips in the air until we can roll them over. Before we become good at trapping the arms, we might try to roll over too soon and they'll use their hand to stop them from falling. so we can go after their support arm that's stuck on the ground. But when we practice this, we have to be careful with our partner. It's hard to see her wrist, but it could be bent. So when you do this one, you want to make sure that they have a safe wrist position like this before you roll. In a real situation, too bad for them, the broken or sore wrist will be a souvenir. From here, we'd stand up and blast around one of their legs to get that side control pin again. They'll try to get up too, and that makes it even easier for us. The same guard duty we used in the sticky octopus lesson works against strikes as well. While using your guard duty, your legs could pull their face into your elbows. When you're working with a partner, just open them up in time. Until you feel safe doing that, just pull them in and grab them with your arms. And the best thing we can have is that wrist control before we pull them in. Just remember your abs and legs are way stronger than your arms, and they should be what pulls them down. We saw what to do if they start standing up, but remember, if they start peeling away or get some distance between you, they're in kicking distance, and then we can get their chest up again. In all of these guard positions, I'm trying to pull my knees up to my head. We know they're going to either peel us off or try to get up, so don't sit there and get hit. Be one step ahead of them. There's no threat of getting hit from the belly down mount. Just practice being the heaviest walrus you can possibly be. Now it's time to tell them what's going to happen or put them into harmless mode.